tragic news that sparked a lot of conversation on migrants. On Wednesday, two National Guardsmen were shot by an Afghan migrant who was linked to the CIA. One of them, unfortunately, very sadly, has passed away, Sarah Beckstrom, and the other one is still in, and Andrew Wolfe is still in critical condition. It sparked a lot of debate on social media and about migrants, and also about the fact of his previous work with the CIA, and specifically about Afghan migrants and these individual group of Afghans that were brought to the United States on a program because of the fact that they worked with the CIA to overthrow the Taliban. So there's a lot to get into regarding this. First off, I just want to say what happened was absolutely disgusting and abhorrent. Two innocent people were murdered by a psychopath who clearly shouldn't have been here. He clearly wasn't vetted enough. Now, I do hear a lot of conversation because of his CIA linkage of individuals stating that this was intentional and it was a CIA done plan to elicit support and hatred for the Arab community in order to justify and to build up resentment. So far, there's nothing aside from the fact that he previously worked with the CIA to support that. But there is evidence to show that these Afghan migrants who previously worked to overthrow the Taliban and helped the US government in doing so, and then coming over here, have a lot of built up resentment. And I'm going to show you a video of a previous Afghan migrant that was actually shot after also shooting at police officers, and exactly what he said to the police officers once he pulled out his gun. So it's really unfortunate stuff. Just quickly to recap, Beckstrom from Somerville, West Virginia, and Air Force Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolfe were shot Wednesday afternoon in D.C. while supporting local police. The 29-year-old Afghan national, Rahmanullah Lakanwal, who entered the United States in 2021 during Operation Allies Welcome. There's somebody, Ryan Grimm, posted something, and I want to play a clip as well. He posted this online and he said, "The idea that we should freeze all migration because of one of the CIA's squad's recruits on a rampage is absurd. Smarter would be to stop training death squads." Now, regardless how you feel about migration, I know especially recently, a lot of people are just like, want total, complete shut off of all migration. Regardless of how you feel about that specific thing, there does need to be a conversation that has to be had about the resentment that some of these migrants who worked with the CIA now harbor, and they're in the United States because simply working on such an operation like that messes them up mentally. So here's a video of, and this video was back in, actually this was this year in 2025. Earlier this year, Jamal Wali, another Afghan mercenary brought to the United States after Kabul fell, shot a cop in Virginia. Listen to the incredible rant he delivers before he snaps, then watch how smoothly he draws and racks his weapon. Obviously, a professional killer at his wits' end. So listen to what he says here. I'm going to go ahead and play this clip, and it's actually really shocking to hear. So let me go ahead and share my screen so that way you can see this. There we go. And I'm just going to increase. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and play this. Take a listen to this.
I should have served with fucking Taliban better than you. I was concerned and a fucking dumbass fuck when I was concerned about Taliban, but in America, since 2014, I'm concerned about more about you people. Because you lie, because you play games, that's how I'm going deeper.
Okay.
Yeah.
So clearly, and this clip is 8 minutes and 14 seconds, so I'm not gonna play the whole thing. Clearly, there's a lot of harbored resentment there because of the fact that they're psychologically messed up now after being trained doing God knows what in Afghanistan, and then coming over here because they were allied with the CIA and affiliated with the CIA, basically rewarding them by allowing them to live in the United States, not addressing the fact that working for the U.S. government overthrowing the Taliban messed them up in the head. And these people are now, some of these individuals, these two specifically, are deranged. And they ended up committing these disgusting atrocities that ended up killing two innocent servicemen. One of them, she was 20 years old. She had her entire life going for her, completely murdered while she just a purely innocent lady. It's absolutely disgusting. It's abhorrent. So obviously this is sparking now a lot of debate regarding just migrants into the United States. And then also, what the hell was this program that the US was doing that messed up these people psychologically? And then the people that were clearly psychologically unwell because of what they went through are now being sent to the United States after without doing some serious vetting. There are a lot of issues in this entire thing that just simply need to be honestly talked about. So I'm just gonna go ahead and show some comments here on social media, specifically just what people are really saying about this. I already told you what Ryan Grimm said. Here, let me zoom in so you guys can have a better look here. There we go. And let me just zoom out one more time here. There we go. So let's see here. And Donald Trump earlier today, he posted a very lengthy post. So I'm just going to summarize it. A very happy Thanksgiving and salutation to all of our great American citizens and patriots who have been so nice in allowing our country to be divided, disrupted, and carved up, murdered, beaten, mugged, and laughed at. And it just goes on and on and on. The official foreign population stands at 53 million people based on census, most of which are on welfare from failed nations or from prisons, mental institutions, gangs, drug cartels. It goes on and on and on. And he's basically saying now, towards the end, I will permanently pause migration from all third world countries to allow the U.S. system to fully recover, terminate all of the millions of Biden illegal admissions, including those signed by Sleepy Joe Biden's auto pen, and remove anyone who is not a net asset to the United States or is incapable of loving this country, end all federal benefits and subsidies to non-citizens of our country, denaturalize migrants who undermine domestic tranquility, and deport any foreign national who is a public charge, security risk, or non-compatible with Western civilization. Only reverse migration can fully cure the situation. This is also happening just, what was it, a week or a week and a half, maybe even less, that since the news, and I'm currently actually in Minnesota for Thanksgiving, since the news that there were that some Somalis, migrants in Minnesota, were also sending money overseas using U.S. Funding. I believe it was Medicare or Medicaid funding, and then sending it overseas and getting in the hands of some gangs or affiliates overseas. So I think there's a lot of compiling right now that's leading to a lot of anger, and that's causing this sort of backlash. We'll see how things unfold moving forward. Of course, Laura Loomer is just having a field day right now because of the fact that the Afghan migrant was Muslim and he screamed Allahu Akbar prior to shooting these two innocent National Guards members. Same thing with everybody else, like the Randy Fines of the world and everything else, while not also addressing the very serious issue that's going on of training these psychopaths that then come into the country and then commit these atrocities. So it's really there's really two things in tandem that are going on that simply just need to be addressed. Let's see here what else is being said online. Trump, this is interesting. Let's go ahead and play this clip right here so you guys can see this. Somebody's asking Donald Trump about the innocent lady that was murdered.
One of the biggest margins of any president anywhere. And it's, these are great people. I love the people of West.
He's being asked.
It's in the early stages, obviously, but do you plan to attend?
Do you plan to attend the funeral?
I haven't thought about it yet, but it certainly is something I could conceive of. I love West Virginia. I won West Virginia by one of the biggest margins of
interesting.
any.
Well, that's pretty typical of Trump. She's asking if he'd go to the funeral, and he responds back saying, I haven't thought about it yet, but I won West Virginia with a great number of votes. So, it's kind of just a sick thing to respond when they're asking about the death of an innocent girl, but also it's Donald Trump and he tends to do stuff like this. So it's nothing surprising. Anyways, I'll wrap up this video here, guys. If you found it interesting, please go ahead and click the subscribe button below. I'd appreciate it. It helps my channel grow, and give it a thumbs up as well. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.